Alright, what's going on guys, it's Alone Courier here, and I'm here to talk to you guys today about why I disliked Infinite Warfare, the beta. And to be honest, it may have seemed like I went into the game wanting to not like the game. And honestly, it wasn't the case. For me, Gears of War, Jesus Christ. I almost said Gears of War Judgment now, because that game's equally as hated. But Infinite Warfare, I kind of went into that game not expecting much. I wasn't expecting the best Call of Duty game ever, but then again I wasn't expecting the best Call of Duty game either. I wasn't expecting the worst or the best. I was expecting like an average game, kinda like Ghosts. And to be honest, when I started playing it, I didn't get a good first impression from it. When I started playing the game, the TTK was super melty. For the first 30 minutes, the lag wasn't that bad, you know, the connection wasn't all that bad. But after around an hour or so of playing, the lag compensation became very apparent, and then the lag started coming in like extreme amounts, and then the bullshit deaths started happening, you know, with the snipers and whatever. And it's not just because of the snipers that I dislike the game. Generally, the game itself doesn't feel good to me. The Call of Duties that I prefer all usually have a lower TTK. Such as Advanced Warfare, that's got quite a lower TTK than what Infinite Warfare does. Even though it's still quite a fast TTK, it's quite slower compared to Infinite Warfare. Black Ops 1's got a bit of a slower TTK depending on what weapon you're using. MW2 as well, MW1 and World at War, they've all got fairly slow time to kills. But Infinite Warfare, however, it's a very fast time to kill in that game, kinda like Ghosts. And I guess kinda like MW3 in that regard. And to be honest, that's not really what I'm keen on when it comes to Call of Duty, because in Call of Duty, if you want a gunfight to depend on accuracy, you need a slower time to kill, because if it's a slower time to kill, that's when accuracy really does matter. And that's why I liked Titanfall 1 over Titanfall 2, because Titanfall 1 has a slightly lower TTK, and that generally means that you need to be a little bit more accurate, whereas Titanfall 2, during the tech test that was on a couple of months ago, the TTK was quite on the quicker end of things, and it didn't really matter how good your aim was. The main thing that mattered was you were on center before the other person was, and in an FPS game, that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is a game based on how good you are as a player, not a game based on who can aim down sights quicker. And you see, when it comes down to that, that kinda makes some weapons pretty much irrelevant, like LMGs. I find that is very much the case in Advanced Warfare, because in Advanced Warfare, what mattered was being on target first, and when you're using a weapon like the EM1, or any of the heavy weapons for that matter, you were at a big disadvantage over somebody using a BAL or an AK-20, an AK-12, because those guys could aim down sights fairly moderately, and you were there just clunking around with this slow ass weapon. Even if you did have quick draw on it, it still would aim down sights quite slowly, and that's what Infinite Warfare feels like it's based off, just who can aim down sights and snap onto their target more quickly. And you see, when it's like that, accuracy doesn't matter at all. It really doesn't, and that's not what I'm keen on. And Infinite Warfare, along with other things, it just doesn't feel like a really good Call of Duty game to me. What makes Call of Duty for me is the kill streaks and the score streaks. Although I do prefer it when it was kill streaks, but streaks are what makes Call of Duty unique. No other video game really has kill streaks, and if other games have had kill streaks, they've never been as good as Call of Duty. I do remember the 2010 edition of Medal of Honor, the one set in Afghanistan. I remember that game tried to use kill streaks, and it kind of felt like Battlefield but using kill streaks, and that wasn't very good in that game. Call of Duty needs kill streaks, that's what makes it unique. If it didn't have kill streaks, Call of Duty would just be this shitty FPS game that no one really cares about. And at this point, with how bad the streaks are, you kind of question, why am I playing this game over Battlefield 1 or Titanfall 2 or any of the other FPS games that have came out recently? Because you see, these games are all running on modern engines, whereas Call of Duty is still running on that Quake 2 engine, and just because it's running on the Quake engine, it's still got a lot of issues, like the frame drops, the inconsistent gunfights, just the way things work. You know, I'm not gonna rag on Call of Duty again for having a bad engine, well, an old engine actually, because the Quake engine is quite good, it's just it's really old. If they were using an updated version of that engine, just think of the possibilities they could do in their games. Like seriously, I see too many fanboys that go, oh well, it doesn't fucking matter what engine it runs on, and it's like, it does really matter what engine it fucking runs on, kid. Listen to me, game engines matter. If you're using a shitty fucking engine from the 90s, of course your game is going to perform technologically inferior to Battlefield 1, which is running on a modern version of the Frostbite engine. Of course it will. It's never going to outperform Battlefield or any of these other FPSs running on modern engines. And you see, the Call of Duty game, if it was running on a modern engine, just think of what they could do. They could add so much shit into the game, they could have so much better looking graphics and details. They could actually have maybe 60 FPS as standard, you know, because it's all pretty much 30 FPS. You know, they could have a lot more stable frame rate, they could have way better graphics, the physics could be a lot better. Maybe they could introduce a little bit of destruction, maybe have better dynamic map events, you know, just think of what they could do. You know, you see some Call of Duty maps which do have good destruction on them, which do have okay dynamic map events, and just think about that. Think if they used a modern engine to do that. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. I'm not here to talk about game engines, I'm talking about why I disliked Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare really shows that it's still running on an old engine, you know? It felt really clanky to me. You know, like you run around a corner, you put 3 shots into somebody, and then they instantly get 3 shots into you and kill you. And they're using the same weapon as you, it's just somehow you got 3 shots and didn't kill them, whereas they got 3 shots and killed you. It makes no sense to me whatsoever, and I don't like games that base their gunfights off of sheer luck and randomness, because that's basically what Call of Duty is at this point. It's basically like rolling a slot machine and saying, hey, you got a free kill. Whereas in Battlefield, Rainbow Six, or Titanfall, or any of these other games, not so much Titanfall 2, any of these other games, you have to work for your kill. Same goes for Halo, you have to get the guy's shields down. You have to make sure you're being accurate enough to get all his shields down, and then you still need to finish him off when he's one shot. You know, there's no such thing as that in Call of Duty. All you have to do in COD is just aim at the person before they aim at you. And that really is the case this year, because as I said, the TTK's on the insane end of things, and then you've got weapons such as the sniper rifles, and apparently they've been fixed, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if they've been fixed or not. I uninstalled the game because I absolutely disliked it so much. You know, the game didn't feel good to me. This doesn't feel like a game I want to sink many hours into. You know, when you look at all the other games that are coming out this year, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, those are games that I would be happy to sink many hours into. I've got a day played in the versus mode of Gears of War 4 so far. You want to know why that is? Because it's genuinely fun. I enjoy playing that game. But when it comes to Call of Duty this year and Infinite Warfare, I can already tell that this is a game I am not going to enjoy. And that's the reason why I've cancelled my pre-order, and that is the reason why I'm still on the fence of whether or not I'm going to buy the game. I might not even buy the game, I might go off and buy Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 instead. Because those games look a whole lot better, and I can tell you, I'd rather put more time into those games, to be completely honest. It's just this year, with how weak and lackluster Infinite Warfare is, you've got these 2 other dominant FPSs out at the exact same time, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is the year that Call of Duty really needed to prove itself, and it failed. It failed miserably. It's saying, you need to buy this game. Because all that Infinite Warfare beta did was assure me that I am not going to waste my money on that game. You know, even the beta had a message of the day saying, this is pretty much an example of what the game is actually going to be like, bar some few weapon updates. And yeah, there will be a couple of weapon changes, maybe some weapons will get nerfed, some will get buffed, but other than that, that's how the game's going to play. And if that's how the game's going to play, nah, you can count me out of this one. I'm going to sit this one out, lads. If you want to enjoy the game, and if you have bought it and pre-ordered it, if you've got the fanciest fucking edition ever, I don't care. If you enjoy it, fair enough, play it. But for me personally, nah, not this year. Not this year. I've got too many other games that are good enough for me, and I'd rather play those games that I know I'm going to enjoy than waste my money on a game that I can tell that I'm already not going to. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been a Lone Courier, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave your opinions in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.